Tip number 77 is to go local and to go small. So I'm sure you're hearing about unemployment going up and more employers cutting their hiring. So I want to encourage you to go local and go small. So look around in your local area to see who's hiring. Colleges and universities, small businesses, local government, because those employers may be getting less attention than the headliners or these big corporations that are where you're applying to lots and lots of jobs there. Look at your local environment and see, even if there are contract or freelance roles, that's often a stepping stone to permanent employment. So try that strategy this week. Tip number 78 is from Sam DeMays, who is on Insta at a power mood. And she talked about 3 pieces of advice for interviewing. And one of them was about stating your value proposition in an interview. And what she said that I thought was particularly interesting is when you articulate this, you are giving your interviewer talking points for then promoting your candidacy to the people that he or she needs to go back to. So think about that in terms of when you're setting up your value proposition. How you say it is how they're going to say it when they talk about you as a candidate. With tip number 79, we are going to get into some of the parts of the job search that can't be replicated by AI. It's when you are having actual conversations with other people. So tip number 79 is when you're at a job fair, don't go to your number one choice as your first conversation. Go to some of the other tables and have some conversation and sort of warm up about talking about yourself, because by the time you get to the one that you really care about, you want to have everything fresh in your mind. And you might think about some things in those first conversations that you're thinking, oh, I better mention X on the next conversation. So wait until you've talked to a few different employers at a job fair before you go to your number one choice. Tip number 80 is why you should keep going to job fairs even though you're not getting hired. And I think one of our podcast guests said it best in episode number 295. You can listen to the conversation with Evan Kopelson. And he said he had prepared for the iRelaunch Return to Work conference and had conversations with employers there. Didn't end up getting hired there, but was so ready for the conversation that he had shortly after that with an employer that was not at our conference. And he said if he hadn't gone through that prep process for the iRelaunch conference, then he would not have been ready and so on when he had the conversation with the employer that ultimately hired him.